Welcome to The Hypnotist, the show that gives you inside access to cutting-edge hypnosis with real clients facing genuine issues. Brought to you by the hypnotherapist demanded by celebrities, CEOs, and even royalty, Adam Cox. These recordings took place live from Adam's clinic in London's world-famous Harley Street. This podcast features powerful hypnosis, so do not listen while driving or operating machinery. This recording is not suitable for those with epilepsy or severe mental health issues. So, get yourself comfortable and enjoy today's episode of The Hypnotist.
Hi, it's Adam here, and in this episode of The Hypnotist, you'll be listening to a hypnosis session that was created for a lady losing weight, but in particular still felt that she was rushing her food, wanted to enjoy her food more. So this hypnosis session really focuses on two key elements. One is this idea of mindfulness and mindful eating. And actually, there's a lot of evidence that shows that when you eat mindfully, you eat less and you enjoy your food more. And what does mindful eating mean? It really means paying attention to your senses. So tastes, even sounds, smells, textures, all that kind of stuff is really mindful eating, and this hypnosis session will just encourage you to notice the payoff whenever you do mindfully eat. The second component of this hypnosis session relates to intermittent fasting. It's something that I do, something I encourage my clients to do, depending on their strategy that's going to work for them. But actually, if you don't have breakfast and you eat at lunchtime and you have 2 meals a day, generally you're consuming a lot less calories and you're giving your body more time to burn fat. So this is going to be the last session that I do from my studio for about a week, just because I'm flying off to Vegas in about 2 hours to speak at the HypnoThoughts Live conference in Las Vegas. If you're listening to this and you like the sound of this hypnosis session, but perhaps you don't want to have the trouble of going onto Spotify every single time, if you click the link very close to this recording, you'll go to my website, and if you use the coupon code FREE, you can actually get the actual audio of this as an MP3 download without the intro, without the explanation, just the actual hypnosis, which might be useful for you. So check that out if you're interested. And if you would like to work with me one-on-one to lose weight, again, there'll be a separate link that will enable you to book a 30-minute consultation call where I could just talk through how I work and answer any questions you might have to see if I'm suitable to act as your hypnotherapist to help you lose weight, if that's something that you're looking to do. But for now, though, find a quiet place where you won't be disturbed, relax, and enjoy the session. Take a deep breath in. And as you breathe in a feeling of calm and relaxation. And as you exhale, just allow feelings of tension, stress, or worry to leave your body in your outward breath. That's right. Breathing in and breathing out, and getting a sense that with each exhale, anything that is no longer useful for you is leaving your body. That's right. Tension is useful if you're standing or running or jumping. But here in this moment now, you don't need that tension. So on the next outward breath, just release that tension. Allow it to leave your body. Now that's it. Stress is useful. It can focus the mind to solve a problem, to activate ways of thinking to get things done. But here in this moment right now, that stress isn't needed. So breathe in a resourceful feeling of relaxation. And as you exhale, give yourself permission to let go of that stress. Now. That's right. Feeling deeper and deeper relaxed, and noticing that with your eyes closed, you can give more of your attention to my words, knowing full well that these words will be converted into meanings inside your mind that perhaps can create imagery or sensations designed to take your life in a different direction. I want you to get a sense that if you were on a boat on a lake and the boat was going in a single direction, all it would take would be a tiny shift, perhaps in the rudder, the direction of the boat. And to begin with, there would be almost no difference in where you would be in the lake. But over time, that tiny difference would mean that you end up in two entirely different directions. There's the direction you would have got to if you didn't make a change. And then there's this entirely different destination when you have made the change. And way back when you make the change, that difference is negligible, is hardly noticeable at all. And yet when you get to your destination, you can think to yourself, where would I have been had I not made that change? And when you drive a car, it's not the case that you make one big huge movement once with the steering wheel. Getting to your destination is thousands of tiny movements on the steering wheel that over time take you to a different direction. There are big decisions, but fundamentally, even if you take a wrong turn, keeping the destination in mind means that you can just take corrective actions to get back on track. I want you to imagine you're by the side of a lake and you can see the very boat that you imagine being on. I want you to get a sense that here on this lake, it's a sunny day, blue skies. I want you to get a sense that there is peace and tranquility. And you can imagine that there's been times in high winds and perhaps in stormy weather where this lake had choppy water, big waves. But now as you look at the lake, the surface of the lake is still. And as you look at the stillness of the lake, I want you to get a sense that your mind is becoming still like the lake. Thoughts may come and they might represent tiny waves on the surface of the lake, but generally your mind in the lake is still. And I want you to get a sense that here in this place, change is possible. The kind of changes that over time will take your life in a different direction. And I want you to imagine, picture it if you will, the ideal version of you. What will your body shape be when you're at your healthiest, your happiest, your most confident? Create that image in your mind in the same way that when you book a holiday, you imagine what it would be like to go on that holiday. I want you to imagine that you're booking a future version of your own body, and imagine what that body will look like. You at your healthiest, happiest, and most confident with the highest levels of self-esteem. And just accept that this is the destination you're heading to. And you already know that you're making progress towards that destination. We're going to entertain ideas that could accelerate the speed at which you get to that destination. I want you to get a sense that every time you sleep at night, your body is getting used to not eating. And rarely, if ever, will you Wake up in the middle of the night feeling hungry because your body has just accepted that you don't eat when you sleep. And most people have heard that breakfast just represents the point where you break that fast. So therefore, even without knowing it, you're fasting as you sleep. And you're breaking the fast when you eat your first meal of the day. And I wonder what would happen if you just delayed that point where you had breakfast, knowing that the later that you break that fast, the more time your body has to start using that energy, that stored energy, to burn more fat. That's right. I want you to get a sense that as you continue to breathe in and breathe out, there is a feeling that actually small changes can have big outcomes, that the body can adapt. That if you were to start having breakfast at lunch as your first meal of the day, for the first day or two, your body might have a reaction, feeling hungry because it's used to being fed at that time, but within just a few days, when your body gets used to having the first meal of the day at lunchtime, it won't take long before you start to feel hungry just a few minutes before you're about to eat at lunchtime anyway. I want you to get a sense that if you were to give your body foods that are low in refined carbohydrates as a way of breaking that fast, yes, your blood sugar level might rise a little like a small wave on that lake before it goes all the way back down again. And in doing so, your body is getting used to being in a low sugar, low carbohydrate environment, lifting the invisibility cloak over your body fat as a source of energy, knowing that it can take that energy and use that as the energy reserves. And you're left with the idea that when you train your body to burn fat, your body doesn't get hungry because it has all the energy it needs stored there as an emergency. I want you to get a sense that wouldn't it be interesting at the point where you break that fast, you have the most delicious foods, and I wonder what would happen if when you ate those foods, you did it in a way where you would breathe, just looking at the food and breathing before eating. Having a rule in your mind that you would sit down, never eating when standing, never eating when moving, just giving it your attention to sit down when you eat. And sometimes you've gone to visit friends or family members, and because you're a guest, a special guest, they've brought out their more expensive dinner plates. They want you to know that you're important. And I wonder what would happen if you, whenever you were eating, to treat yourself like a VIP, to put that food on a nice plate or a nice bowl with nice cutlery. And what you're saying is that this food is important because you're important. By doing that, don't be surprised if you naturally treat it like you're eating a meal in an expensive restaurant, and you naturally just eat slowly and take the time to taste each bite. You wouldn't pay for a meal in an expensive restaurant and eat it in the same way that if you were eating a snack while rushing to catch a train or a plane or a taxi. When you're in a restaurant, you expect it to be on nice plates with nice cutlery. You eat it slowly because you want to enjoy it. I want you to get a sense that the slower you eat, the more you have the ability to enjoy your food, to appreciate your food. I want you to imagine that you're no longer in this. By the side of this lake, I want you to imagine you're in the most expensive restaurant that you've ever seen or heard of or been in. And imagine there's someone next to you. They've got this expensive, delicious meal with the finest ingredients, and as they're eating, they're looking into their phone. Maybe they've got headphones on and they're listening to music. They're eating the food bizarrely quickly, guzzling it down like they're in a rush. And you're left with the sense that this is a waste of this experience. I want you to get a sense that intuitively how you would eat the food at the most expensive restaurant you've ever been in is because you're saying you value the food and you value yourself. And what if you were to eat 2 meals a day? Breakfast at lunch, and then your main meal in the early evening. Because you're eating less, you have better quality food. You take more time to prepare that food. It's more of an occasion, given that you're eating less anyway. What would it be like to have those nice plates, maybe a tablecloth, nice cutlery? And sometimes you might have candles or nice music on in the background, but you don't need to. Sometimes it's enough just to know that you can appreciate one thing that you didn't notice before, and that can make a meal memorable. It might be a color. It might be a smell. It might be a texture that you just didn't pick up on before. Maybe it's a sound. Food makes sounds depending on how you prepare it, break it, cut it, cook it, serve it. Certain food still has a sound after it's been cooked. And what if you started to notice those sounds before you ate it? Or maybe you would notice the sound as a crunch as it goes into your mouth, or the sound of a knife and a fork going into the food. I want you to appreciate there are so many things to notice that perhaps you didn't notice before. And just by noticing, you enhance your experience. In the same way that when you go to an expensive restaurant, you notice the details, the decoration, perhaps the artwork, the tablecloth, even the napkins, the weight of the knife and the fork. You notice these things because you want to notice those things. There is nothing to stop you noticing things, even when you're eating in your own home. It's not even just noticing the food. You can notice your own emotional reaction to that food. How did it taste? How does it feel? Do you enjoy it? What flavors do you taste? And sometimes words are useful to enhance your experience. If someone says, "Are you enjoying that meal?" you could just say it's good or bad and limit your experience. What if you started using different adjectives to describe your experience to other people or yourself? This is delicious. Fantastic. Sumptuous. Mind-blowingly good. And your unconscious mind will start to have fun at the way in which you describe the food that you eat, particularly food that helps you on your journey to becoming exactly the version of you that you want to when you're at your happiest, most confident, the version of you that you're most proud with. Any foods that can take you on that journey, don't be surprised if you describe them in creative, powerful ways. Notice what you enjoy, what you observe, what you feel, what you taste. And notice that you can do just any one of these many things to create that evolutional change. Because the more you enjoy your food, the more you will want to eat in this healthy way. The key to losing weight is to enjoy the process. And the key to enjoy the process is to appreciate and notice everything there is to be enjoyed. And in doing so, don't be surprised at how enjoyable it is as you take smaller and smaller bites, chew them more often. Take a breath or two before each mouthful. Giving yourself time to eat, so you're not in a rush to do anything else. Figuring out the right music to play in the background, maybe to accentuate and amplify your experience, and knowing that your body adapts. Wouldn't it be strange if any distractions were just put out of the way? Do you really need your phone or a TV on in the background if you're eating? And as these distractions get put to the side, you're freeing up the cognitive powers to appreciate everything there is to notice. You'll pick up on smells that were always there but you didn't notice before. You'll start naturally choosing to drink quality water to accompany your meals. You'll make more of an effort to create your meals, but in turn that will mean that you appreciate when other people do the same for you. You will be a dream guest to invite for meals because you will pay more compliments because there's more things to notice and therefore compliment on. All the while appreciating that you can eat whatever you want to eat. You're just choosing to eat foods at a portion size and at a time and in a way that enables you to go on this journey towards the ideal body shape for you. I want you to get a sense that when you eat, you'll breathe through the nose because it will slow you down. But because you're breathing through your nose, you'll be able to smell the amazing flavors even before you've bitten them. And when you bite them, you want to bite slowly And when you chew, you want to chew thoroughly. And when you eat, you'll want to eat slowly. And you'll choose to stop, not when your plate is empty, but when you get any signs that you're feeling full. And by doing so, your body will reward you with all the more pleasure when you eat the next time. Your stomach will shrink, your blood sugar will lower, and in doing so it lifts the invisibility cloak over your body fat, meaning that your body will still get all the energy it needs. It will just take it from the stored energy in your body fat. And what you lose in that body fat, you will gain in confidence, energy, and feelings of satisfaction and pride. I want you to imagine what the next few days and weeks will be like as you start to notice more in the foods that you eat. As you start the day later, when it comes to food, and think in advance the kind of food that you're already looking forward to. When you eat that breakfast food at lunchtime and then you have that delicious evening meal, already looking forward that just by setting those very basic boundaries, you're training your body to eat less but enjoy more. You're training your body to realize that body fat is the emergency bank account of energy, and it can dip into that bank account and use it whenever you want. And in doing so, you'll make slow but steady progress towards the ideal body shape for you. Every meal can get you closer, and you will enjoy the journey by just noticing all there is to notice, one meal at a time. And then imagine you find yourself back there by the lake, feeling a sense of tranquility and peace and resourcefulness, knowing that you're excited to start making even better choices when it comes to your food, the ingredients, when you eat, how much you eat, and what you notice while you're eating. And in doing so, you'll feel a sense that you're being pulled into the direction of that future body shape, that you're gravitating towards that future version of you where one day and one day soon you'll wake up being at the weight you want, the shape you want, with the confidence you want, wearing what you want, and enjoying when you hear those compliments from other people, but also when you compliment yourself, when you catch yourself in an unexpected reflection. You'll say nice things about yourself, knowing that you didn't have to be perfect to get there. Just consistent. Anyone can have one bad day, but if the majority of your days are eating healthy food in a portion size that enables your body to require less and less food, eating it slowly so you enjoy the food, don't be surprised that as the days turn into weeks and weeks turn into months, in the same way that you can't see a tree growing, if you notice it every day, you'll occasionally be presented with information where you can see big differences, comparing a picture with a picture, a reflection with a reflection. Clothes that you don't normally wear, and then when you wear them they feel just looser, and you have all of this to look forward to. And then you realize this lake is just within your imagination, and actually you're listening to my voice firmly in the present. As these are just thoughts within thoughts, ideas within ideas, dreams within dreams, and actually you're listening to my voice firmly in the present, right now. Take a deep breath in through your nose and out through your nose. Just wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes, get a sense that you're in your own physical body right now as I count from 1 to 10 to awaken you. 1, 2, 3, waking up. 4, 5, 6, more alert. 7, 8, open your eyes, open your eyes. 9, 10, wide awake, wide awake, wide awake.
Thank you for listening to The Hypnotist with Adam Cox, the show that gives you inside access to cutting-edge hypnosis with real clients facing genuine issues. To automatically receive the latest episodes, please subscribe. If you'd like to support the show, please share this episode with just one friend you think it could help. And if this episode helped you, please leave us a 5-star review.